Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today. It is a Tuesday. I'm very late this evening, been singing. I am still using the new tarot deck that I got just today. Luckily a friend was here who was able to go through it quickly for me with a marker pen and draw bikinis on it. So much more stylish than anything I have managed so far. So if you see a good bikini, you know it wasn't me that did it. It's the Uncommon Tarot I'm using. I'm showing you the little book rather than the shiny box, the Uncommon Tarot. So far I'm enjoying reading with it, and we're using it today to look at invitations. And the second invitation, the reading I'm going to do now with the Uncommon Tarot, is about Doria and the rumour that's going around that Doria has allegedly been invited to the coronation. She of course was invited to the wedding, the spectacle, in 2018, the only member of Meghan Markle's family who was invited to the wedding and attended. She looked lovely. I felt wretched for her, sitting all by herself in that empty pew, not knowing, of course, the things that I know now. But anyway, there she was. And allegedly, according to the rumour, there she will be again at the coronation. I think it was Paula M, my namesake, Paula M, who first revealed this story, and then Neil Sean picked it up and he spoke about it. So we're going to have a look and we're going to ask the question on the nose: has Doria been invited? How does she feel about going? And why? Why this? It's put in conjunction with the children, Doria being invited along. Of course, I would imagine that if the children are anywhere around the royals, Meghan would not want to have a Prince Louis moment like we had at the Jubilee when he was on his sugar high and he was quite difficult to handle. Nobody minded except the sugars. In my opinion, and let's remind you, tarot reading, entertainment purposes, all my opinion, all speculation. I read on the royals because they're archetypal and we can learn from archetypes and apply the lessons to our own lives. And there is, of course, a disclaimer in the box below. So we're going to see what the Uncommon Tarot has to tell us about this speculation that Doria has perhaps been invited and may perhaps go, whether to handle the children or what moral support, who knows what is going on. And very bizarrely, and I have shuffled, and I shuffled in between the readings, I've got exactly the same card in exactly the same place, underlying energy of this reading, as I did in the previous reading. The first reading I did using the Uncommon Tarot, and we got Justice in reverse again. And Justice is, of course, fairness and legal proceedings and balance and karma, and it's in the reverse. So there's something going on here that would be perceived as being very unfair, very unbalanced, almost unseemly in my opinion. That's the word that came to me. Out of sync, out of the natural order of things. Interesting. But there is that legal energy around the Justice card as well, and the card in the reverse. There might be some legal reasons why she wouldn't want to go, wouldn't want to show up. That's just speculation on my part, that she might find it easier, more convenient to say no thank you. But we'll find out. We'll find out. Very interesting card to come out, and especially as it's just repeating what happened with the previous reading. Quite spooky. So the situation, the general situation, the heart of this little 5-card reading, the King of Swords. Ooh. That's quite a sinister figure. Oh, Darth. Kind of a character there, King of Swords. That is a ruthless king, a wise and shrewd king, a king who is very decisive. He's not operating from the heart. He's not, I would say, the same man as the man who so gallantly escorted Doria's daughter down the aisle, or halfway down the aisle. She wanted to walk half of it by herself. It's not a gallant king. It's a king who's been very shrewd and very strategic and is up to something. So, very interesting card, especially with this Justice card in reverse. The King of Swords is kind of executioner energy. In old style tarot, it's lawyers, it's experts, it's strategists. So tell us outright, has she been invited? Or will she be invited? It might not have happened yet, but is there an invitation for Doria? Is there a seat reserved for Doria Ragland at the, they're thinking about it, at the coronation. It's not done, it's not a done deal. 7 of Coins is a thinking card, taking stock of a situation. Being a little bit challenged to figure things out. 7s after the harmony of the 6s, there's an unease that seeps in, and things start to get a bit disturbed again with the 7s, and then you have to act in the 8s and accomplish something. That's how tarot goes generally. So 7s are that disturbance in the force field that's come along when you were just sitting pretty and comfortable, and now got to think about things. And we're going to have to allocate resources to her. Do we have enough? Do we have enough seats? Simple things like that. Are there enough seats, hotel rooms, royal protection officers, gold carriages for her to go up and down to the coronation? And I'm being slightly snarky here, but it's looking at resources and resource allocation, the 7 of Coins to some extent, but it is thinking. It's more get your old abacus out and start counting, and count the good and count the bad, and set them off against each other. That is the idea that I'm getting from the 7 of Coins. It's not a done deal at all. It's been contemplated. It's been contemplated very carefully by our King of Swords, who is King Charles, who is a much more commanding figure in this reading than one might expect when one hears as a sort of bald announcement that Doria has been invited. Does she want to go? Next card. Does she want to go? I have to read these cards because I'm still learning them. We got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and no. Aces in reverse are generally no. This is not a journey she wants to make. This is not a new beginning with the royal family that she wants to make. She's pretty much done with the royal family. I've seen that in readings. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to be associated with them. Just leave me alone. Very much leave me alone energy with that Ace of Coins in reverse. Don't. Interesting. We got a big money card sitting with a Justice card. Make of that what you will. I don't want to speculate today, this late hour of the day, on the fact that those two cards are sitting next to each other. But no, it's a clear no to me. She doesn't want this. It's not worth the effort. There's nothing in it for her. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, nothing in it for her. No benefit to her whatsoever. And enough said about that. So move on. Why is the story around who's put it out there and why? What is going on behind the scenes? What's hidden from us? What is the motive? Tell us. I've got the 6 of Cups. That's a children card, the 6 of Cups. It is about the past. It is about memories. It is about happier times, going back to the past. But you can't ever. But we're wishing you could go back to the past. There is some desire here to recreate the royal wedding vibe. That's what this is about. Yes, minding children as a certain percentage of that card, energy-wise, and of course this is all just energy and intuition. Helpful to mind the children, because the 6 of Cups is a child card, but it's to plug at people's heartstrings. It's protection for the heart calls. This is what's going on. They want protection, in my opinion. Let's clarify that endlessly. This is all just my opinion, but my instincts are telling me right now, my intuition, that the Harkles want Doria there because they want the cushion. They want people to be reminded of the poor, lone mother, a woman of colour, sitting by herself among the sea of white faces in that chapel as her daughter got married, all by herself, so bravely. And they want people to remember that. They want the association of race. They want the association of these people coming into the royal family so vulnerable, so exposed, so defenseless against this vast machine of the British royal family and the press and all the rest of it. That's what they want. They're very afraid, in my opinion, of people turning against them, of people booing and hissing, of getting the kind of looks that they got when they walked down that central aisle in St. Paul's when they staged their late arrival, so that everyone could look at them and the cameras could be focused on them and no one else. But what the cameras picked up were those looks that they got from the people sitting in St. Paul's as the Harkles swaggered their way down the aisle, the Miss Piggy walk that Meghan has, and those high shoes, too high shoes for her, too big shoes for her, that walk that she has, clutching onto has-been. My opinion, I find it very distasteful, but they are very, very afraid of that happening again if they go, and it's all if. Will she be there? Final question of this reading. Will Doria be at the coronation of King Charles III? It's a source of tremendous worry to her. There may well be an invitation in the post that comes, and she may well have to soul search. There's no answer yet. There's no answer here. The question I asked directly, has she been invited? It's a thinking card. It's a pause. It's a taking stock, weighing the odds, deciding. Same with this justice card in reverse. It's how unbalanced will the situation be if we do invite her, or if we don't invite her? Are they inviting Catherine's family along? Is this what the issue is? Catherine's parents are going to be at the coronation, so Doria Ragland also has to be invited. Otherwise, it looks like the royal family is being racist, is being discriminatory and all the rest of it. And that King of Swords has got to make this decision, hasn't yet. And when the invitation, if the invitation comes to Doria, she does not want to go. She can't see any benefit to herself, and perhaps of some disadvantage to herself from going. It's going to cause her a tremendous amount of stress and worry while she decides. Sleepless nights. Should I or shouldn't I go? The Harkles are having sleepless nights. Should I or shouldn't I go? Because day after day after day we get press stories about silliness, about 30 minutes a week that Harry wanted from King Charles to mend the relationship, and King Charles hasn't given him 30 minutes a week. Silly stories like that. I mean, really. But it's going to cause Doria sleepless nights. This. So there is something in here, definitely, but it's not certain yet. That is your reading. Thank you for watching, and thank you to these new, the Uncommon Tarot. I have enjoyed using them tonight. And if the lights are on and we're all still here, I'll see you again tomorrow.